You're lying awake late at night, staring at the ceiling, mentally playing out conversations that haven't happened yet. The thought surfaces again. Maybe I should talk to someone. It usually arrives during specific moments of pause. You might be scrolling through a feed and see a mention of therapy, or you've just finished a conversation that left you feeling entirely depleted. This recurring idea is a persistent neurological quiet signal, a subtle notification that your mind is carrying a load it is ready to set down. When this thought persists alongside everyday heaviness, the signal itself suggests that professional support is a valid tool to explore, regardless of whether a crisis is occurring. Statistical data shows the average person spends months and sometimes years stuck in this exact loop of hesitation before booking their first appointment. This period of hesitation functions as a complex phase of psychological processing where the brain weighs the perceived risks of vulnerability. Waiting for a perfect moment has a tangible cost. Emotional weight rarely dissipates on its own. Instead, the loose threads of stress tend to solidify into a knot. Left unaddressed, the brain adapts. Low-grade anxiety becomes the familiar baseline, turning avoidance behaviors into routine habits. Waiting for ideal, comfortable conditions to arrive often ensures that these harmful patterns have more time to become deeply ingrained. To keep us in the status quo, the brain employs psychological friction, a set of logically sounding defenses designed to prevent uncomfortable actions. The most frequent defense is the belief that your specific problems are not severe enough to justify professional intervention. Delaying therapy until a total breakdown occurs is the psychological equivalent of waiting for a collapsed lung to treat a persistent physical cough. Therapy is built to address everyday friction, including lingering relationship tension, a subtle loss of interest in hobbies, or the persistent feeling of being stuck in place. Measuring your own pains strictly against worst-case scenarios creates a flawed metric that often prevents recovery from chronic, low-grade distress. There is also an internal pressure to handle mental distress entirely through self-reliance. If you handle everything else in your life, asking for help can feel like a personal failure. Seeking therapy is a strategic choice to outsource a complex task to a specialist. We use experts for taxes and specialized mechanics for cars. Your mental health works the same. The final roadblock is the fear of performance, the anxiety of not knowing what to say, or worrying about facing clinical judgment. Licensed therapists are trained to navigate this uncertainty. Their job is to guide the conversation and maintain a strictly non-judgmental environment where you can speak freely. Showing up and saying, "I don't know where to start," is a successful first action. It provides the therapist with the exact starting point they need. Readiness is often a byproduct of action rather than a prerequisite for it. The feeling of being ready usually develops only after the process has begun. Coping and healing counseling in Georgia provides a path designed to minimize the external friction that often stops people from starting. The initial steps are purely mechanical. You visit the website and click Request an Appointment. A coordinator calls you back to verify your coverage. They accept major commercial insurance and most Georgia Medicaid plans, handling the logistics for you. This administrative ease targets the external friction points, making it harder for the mind to use logistical hurdles as a reason for further delay. Telehealth removes the need for waiting rooms or commutes. You join a secure session from a private space of your choice, your bedroom, your office, or your car during a lunch break. The persistent nature of your signal about therapy, combined with your focus on it now, aligns with the internal recognition that a different approach is necessary. You can initiate this shift today by visiting chctherapy.com or calling 404-832-0102. Untangling years of complex emotional patterns starts with one small, mechanical step.